Bruce Willis is back in business.
Thanks for saving me, tough guy.
And business is booming.
I was afraid you weren't going to drop by.
Hudson Hawk,
That excites me.
Check, please.
the best cat burglar that ever lived.
I didn't want to do it. All I wanted was a cappuccino.
But he can't retire
Maybe nobody told you. I quit stealing.
if he wants to keep on living.
This is a brand new tuxedo!
Watch your step. Hold your breath. Hang on for dear life. And catch the Hawk.
Good plan, Junior.
Bruce Willis, Danny Aiello, Andy McDowell. Hudson Hawk.
Sounds like a party.
Hi, this is Sam.
So this is Angry Becca.
I just made Becca watch Hudson Hawk. It wasn't that bad.
Oh.
Let's talk about Hudson Hawk. Huh? If you've never seen Hudson Hawk, which Becca hadn't,
And I like weird and stupid movies,
and she loves Bruce Willis,
but this is not a favorite of mine.
so Hudson Hawk is from 1991.
I can't even believe it. I thought it was older than that.
No, 1991. It is kind of, sort of, about a cat burglar who's forced to steal Da Vinci's works of art. And it's all part of a plot to take over the world. It stars a lot of people.
Can't even remember all of them.
All right, so Bruce Willis is in it.
Yeah. Sandra Bernhard,
Danny Aiello. James Coburn.
Richard Grant,
Yep. Don Harvey. David Caruso plays Kit Kat.
who was the big guy you kept thinking of.
He was Andrew Brian Narsky.
Oh.
He played Butterfinger. All the bad guys are named for different candy bars. He played Leatherface in the remake of in the newer Texas Chainsaw Massacres.
Oh.
Yeah, he's from Philadelphia, PA.
Oh.
His first movie,
Yeah.
Hudson Hawk.
That's sad.
Yeah. Frank Stallone in it too. So here's the thing: it's rated R, and
The only reason I can think is because of the swearing.
the first critical, what do you call it, tagline for this? You know, the plot keywords for this: critically bashed movies.
Critically bashed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here's the thing: I have a belief about this movie. That somewhere in the heart of this movie is a really good movie.
it just wasn't the
It's
one we
like
saw.
Bruce Willis is a cat burglar who just got out of jail, who's set up by the government and rich people. Sounds like a pretty good idea for a movie. No,
No.
it's not. It's the weirdest thing about it is it shifts from being comedy to really dramatic.
Sad to
Yeah,
dramatic.
yeah, and like almost without any warning whatsoever that it's going to happen. It cost $70 million to make.
They should get their money
It
back.
made back.
The banks should have said no.
It made back $17 million.
That's horrible.
Yep, it was literally a Bruce Willis.
Failure.
Yeah. So the tones that the handcuffs made are the same tones that Henley Flint's handcuffs made. It was a homage to Henley Flint because James Coburn's in it.
Yeah. What do you mean tones?
Remember the handcuffs they put them in where they hit the buttons and went boop, 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 boop? Yeah. Let's see.
Wardrobe was very good in this movie. I'll give it that.
It was a comedy, but it was marketed as an action film thanks to Die Hard 2.
It's like a goofy movie. It's like
It's the final film that TriStar bought after being bought out and merged with Columbia Pictures. Because it lost so much money, this movie particularly, Sony had to salvage TriStar by buying it, and this is literally the last TriStar movie. They're allowed to keep their logos, but and make movies under their own name, but they were all Sony after it. When Mark Kermode met Richard E. Grant, he said, "I'm one of the few people that like the film," and he said, "Yeah, what was a steaming pile of hot donkey shit, and you're an idiot." Isabella Rossellini was originally supposed to be in this. Andy McDowell, and then Marshuka Detmers were supposed to replace her, but she had back problems. Andy McDowell came in. In earlier versions of the script,
they had good screen chemistry.
They did. Richard E. Grant and Sandra Bernhard got along so well they became great friends and stayed great friends to this day. There is Richard E. Grant. Actually, there's a whole chapter in his book about how hard this movie was to make for him, because Bruce Willis sat around and would just throw ideas around, and they'd be like, "Great idea."
Thanks, Bruce.
It's in the movie. It's in the movie. Bruce Willis is like, "What if Spider Gremlin?" It's a moth. It's going to the light. Spider Gremlin.
Go into the light.
Spider Gremlin. You're a fucking maniac.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the movie.
Yeah.
You are homicidal.
I don't have any more time, so let me just recap right now. It's Brainy Gremlin, Spider Gremlin, Back Gremlin, Lady Gremlin, Googly Eye Gremlin, Electricity Gremlin, Hulk Hogan's gonna be in the picture. I'm gonna throw in a Gremlin myself. Vegetable Gremlin, just write it up. I'm having so much fun, thank you. It's all gonna be in the actual film. Now I gotta go put some Cowboys and Back to the Future 3. Sayonara, y'all. Oops.
Danny Aiello and Bruce Willis had known each other for many years and had wanted to do a movie together for years.
Was this before or after Debbie married him? I think it might have been right around the same time.
Yeah. Danny Aiello actually canceled another movie to make this. They took a lot of ideas from other movies for this. This is Bruce Willis's first... Bruce Willis and musician Robert Kraft, their first credit for story. This picture made it the first final and only writing credit that they ever had for a movie. Michael Lehman did this movie. This is his second movie after Heathers. Why would you see Heathers and then suddenly make this movie? Say, he can do this.
I feel like if this movie was made today, Brendan Fraser would have been in it. It reminds me of like The Mummy or something like that.
Yeah.
Or it's like a comedy Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah. They never say how long he was in jail in the movie. It's supposed to be 10 years. Yeah.
He says it.
This movie also...
He says he hasn't had a woman in 10 years.
Oh, well, he could have had a conjugal visit. This movie is very... This live-action film makes heavy use of cartoon slapstick and sound effects and surreal humor.
Singing and dancing.
It combines conspiracy theories, secret societies, historic mysteries, and outlandish clockpunk technology a la in like Flint. There is a soundtrack for this movie.
We're not buying it.
Yes, we are.
Would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar and be better off than you are. Or won't you rather be a mule? A mule is an animal with long funny ears. He kicks up at anything he hears. His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak. And by the way, if you hate to go school, shh, you may grow up to be a mule.
Frank Welker, man of a million voices, who we've talked about on the show before, is the voice of Bunny the dog.
Aww.
William Conrad, who was on Murder, She Wrote the other night, was the narrator. This movie was resoundingly panned by critics. They said this movie is the end result is vomit on screens, and the suspicion this is boring, banal, overwrought, and undercooked. It is beyond bad.
Unbelievable that anyone could have read the script of this movie and thought that it could be produced as a successful film, because every single line starts from zero and gets to nowhere. It's one of these movies where there's no way for the audience to get involved because everything is arbitrary. The speech we just heard by James Coburn, I don't know what that was about. I don't know what it meant, and I don't know why it was supposed to be funny. I also didn't like the fact that throughout the movie, people would jump out of windows, and instead of being killed, they would land in chairs, sitting next to somebody, would start talking to them. People turn up coincidentally without any explanation on 2 different continents, to the point where you're just sitting sitting there feeling whoever made this movie was completely addled. There was just absolutely no window for the audience to get in through to get into the story.
Well,
it's just we're kept out of it.
You know enough about the history of movies to know what kind of a style they're going for. They're trying to do the Hope and Crosby routine. They're trying to do a little bit of Abbott and Costello, and they're trying to bring in all these kinds of things, and it's too much. It just doesn't work at all.
It's a terrible movie and deserves everything it gets. A relentlessly annoying clay duck that crash lands in a sea of wretched excess and silliness. A movie this unspeakably awful can make you crazy, throw things, yell at the actors, and beg them to stop making the movie. But you may be excited to know, Becca, that there is a video game that came out, but for NES and Game Boy. In the game, you must fight dachshunds, janitors, photographers, killer nuns, and a tennis player, but no one else from the movie. Yep. This was awarded the Razzie Award for Worst Picture, the 12th Annual Golden Raspberries. Here's my theory on this movie. Bruce Willis was flying high.
What movie did he make before this?
Die Hard 2. Had he yet done Bonfire of the Vanities? I'm not sure. Let's take a look, because that was the real bad one. He had done. Listen to this run here. Blind Date, Die Hard, Look Who's Talking, Die Hard 2, Look Who's Talking 2, but then he did Bonfire of the Vanities.
What was it?
Bonfire of the Vanities. It's based on a famous book. It was a huge flop. Hudson Hawk, The Last Boy Scout, Death Becomes Her, and then 1993 he turned it all around with a little movie we like to call Striking Distance.
And it's filmed down the street.
Then he showed his Peep Off in Color of Night.
Yes, he did.
And then he did North. He was double nominated that year for the worst actor in a movie. So at this point, everybody thought.
And actually, I'd like to buy that movie.
What? Color North? Why? It's
a good movie.
It's thought by many to be one of the worst movies ever made.
Everybody in the world is in it.
I know.
Bruce Willis plays the cowboy.
He's the narrator.
And the narrator.
Pulp Fiction came next. And then he was in 12 Monkeys. And then he was in The Jackal, where he killed Jack Black. Spoiler warning.
I forget about that.
Yeah. Mercury Rising. Armageddon. The Siege, another horrible movie. Sixth Sense. Unbreakable. He's doing good then. He produced the Crocodile Hunter movie.
Yeah.
He is.
Never heard of that.
Yes. He was in uncredited in Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle.
What was he in that?
He was William Rose Bailey, which is a funny story because Bill Bailey is William Axl Rose's real name. How did that happen? He was in. Oh, he's in Planet Terror. I forgot he was in the beginning of that. Live Free or Die Hard. Cop Out, that's a movie he made with Kevin Smith. Yeah. That dude at the video store was telling us about. The Expendables 2. Then he was in G.I. Joe Retaliation.
He was.
But he is about to make Death Wish remake and Die Hard Year One, which is all about John McClane becoming a cop.
I'd watch that.
Would you watch that? Yeah. So, how would you sum up Hudson Hawk as we finish this kind of mini episode? That I wanted to get your raw opinion of Hudson Hawk.
A waste of 2 hours.
You really thought it was that bad?
Yes.
Andrew's upset that the dog got launched out the window.
He did. He said, this is no way for my people to be treated.
Well, we bought a lot of movies this weekend. Hopefully...
This is one I'll only have to watch once, I guess.
I think I might make you watch Hudson Hawk again. No. Maybe you'll be in a different mood some night and you'll be like, you know what? This movie, actually pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you want to watch next? You want a little Murder, She Wrote?
Huh?
A little Murder, She Wrote?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, an old dog is going up the steps.
Yeah. He just stopped. He waited.
Oh. Good night, old dog. He's like, why did you make me watch Hudson Hawk? You son of a bitch. All right, well, thanks for watching, and as we always say...